Hi, I'm Robyn with Pretzel Kids. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so excited to do some fun yoga, breathing breaks, and mindful minutes with you. So for the next breathing break that we're going to do together, you need to come down onto your back. So kind of lay down on your back just like this. You can bring your arms down by your side, your feet on the floor, your toes pointed straight ahead, and your knees bent just like this. And then take your hands right up on your belly like this, and your fingers can be touching just a little bit. So this breathing exercise is called ocean breath. And we're going to be pretending like we're creating a big giant wave right in our belly. So we're going to take an inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So we're going to inhale, feel the wave rising up, and then exhale through the nose. Pretend like that wave is coming crashing down on the sand. So we're going to do that 3 times. Inhale up, exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more big giant wave. Exhale. Good. And then from here, just take your arms down, relax, and I want you to envision the water coming up into a big wave and then washing up on the sand, feeling yourself relax. This is a very relaxing breathing technique. And practice it on your own. We're going to practice what we call sun salutations. And sun salutations are a series of yoga poses that are put together one after the other, and it creates an energizing effect in your body. And it also sometimes creates a little bit of calming in your mind. So we're going to do that all together. You guys can watch or you can follow along. I'm going to go through it 3 times, and then you can practice them at home on your own. And remember, this is a series of poses, so they move pretty quickly because they're linked together. One is linked to the next, is linked to the next. So I'm going to start in the first pose in our sun salutations, and then I'm just going to move right through, and I'm going to do it 3 times, and you guys can follow along. So make sure you have a mat at home or a safe place to practice where you won't slip around, okay? You can wear socks if you have a mat, or no socks, and that will sometimes be safer because you won't slip. All right, so I'm going to start at the very top of my mat. So this is where you guys will start too. And bring your arms down by the side. This is mountain pose. I'm going to start in mountain pose. Then we're going to lift the arms all the way up. Look up if you can. Maybe touch your palms. And then part your arms and come all the way down. They call this swan dive. Touch your fingers to the ground. Step one leg back. So they call this a lunge. Make sure your hands are on the ground and then bring the other foot back. So this is plank pose. Look down, lower your knees, point your toes back, and then squeeze your elbows behind you as you come down. Good. And then lift your chest up, keep your elbows bent. This is cobra pose. So you can even make a sound here like a cobra or a snake. Lower down. Take your hands back a little bit, tuck your toes under, and see if you can push into your hands and come all the way up into downward dog. You can even wag your tail a little bit, or even go roof, roof, roof. Good. Look up, walk your feet to your hands, fold all the way down, press into your feet, and let's roll up. Let's reach the arms high, look up, and bring the hands down. Good, that's 1. I'm gonna do 2 more. I think you guys can do it too. So let's all do it together. Arms down, reach high. Good, swan dive down, nice. If you remember which foot came back first on the last time, do the other one. If you don't remember, it's okay. Just step back into plank. Lower down your knees first. Point your toes flat behind you. Ooh, lower down. Lift up, cobra. Lower down. Slide your hands back a little bit, curl your toes. Lift up. I like to come back onto my hands and knees first and then come into downward dog. Maybe shake your head out a little bit. Good, and then walk to the top of the mat. Fold forward and roll up. Reach your arms up, look up, and bring your hands right down to your heart. Good, back to mountain. Lower your arms down. We'll do it one more time, all together. Lift up, lower down, part your arms out, swan dive. Hands to the ground, step one foot back and then the other, plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, cobra. Tuck your toes, push back to hands and knees and downward dog. Maybe take a big sigh. Look up, walk your feet to your hands. Roll up, lift your arms up overhead. Take your hands to your heart. Good. Close your eyes, come back to mountain. Let your arms come by your sides. Stand up tall. Good, you can open your eyes. Take one hand over your heart, the other hand over that one. Feel your heart beating. Whew, that's a nice, energizing movement break. Now you can try it at home on your own. Hi everyone. Today we're going to practice a series of poses in the Pretzel Kids pose collection that are all having to do with a day at the beach, okay? So I'm going to lead you through these poses and then you can practice them on your own. So the first pose when we go to the beach is lifeguard. So I'm sure you've all seen a lifeguard at the beach. Sometimes they're up on that high lifeguard tower, sometimes they're on a chair. In this case, our lifeguard is standing and he's watching the ocean out there. So let's take your hand up just like this and twist from side to side. Let's do our lifeguard. And guess what? I think the lifeguard sees something way out there, and I think it's a surfer. So let's come into surfer pose. We're gonna take our feet really wide like this, and then we're gonna take one foot and we're gonna point it out to the side, just like that, right? So one foot is pointed out, one foot is kind of straight ahead. We're gonna take our arms out and we're gonna bend the knee, just like you're on a surfboard, and maybe look over your fingers towards the ocean. And then maybe you can go like this, like you're trying to balance on that surfboard. Good job. Let's straighten the knee, turn the toes forward, and let's do it to the other side because we have to be nice and balanced. Let's take our arms out and bend the knee, look out, and let's move our arms. And maybe move your legs a little bit. Nice. Straighten the leg, point the toes. Let's be nice and safe. And then we can walk our feet together. So wow, that was a great sighting from the lifeguard. So wait, I think there's another lifeguard over there. This lifeguard is in a chair. So let's come into chair. This is actually chair pose. And take your hand again to your forehead. And let's look from side to side. Does the lifeguard in the chair see anything? Let's try the other hand. I think he does. I think the lifeguard sees another surfer, but this surfer is not standing. This surfer is laying down on his surfboard. So let's all get down onto our surfboard. Come onto your belly. So do this nice and carefully. Good. And then let's take your arms out and we're just gonna make our way through the ocean, maybe paddling back to shore. So this is what that lifeguard saw. Let's do 3 more. Good. And let's kind of push ourselves up. Balance on your board. It's going to wash up to the shore. Good. And the lifeguard is going to get up. Come back into his chair. Look around. Wait, it looks like somebody lost their beach ball. So let's all get into beach ball pose. So we're going to come back down. Kneel back onto your heels. Place your arms down. Drop your head. If you want, you can take your arms back toward your heels into this ball shape. Relaxing on the beach in your beach ball pose. Come on up. Just sit onto your beach blanket for a moment. What a nice day at the beach. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to visit a few of our favorite sea creatures that are also Pretzel Kids yoga poses. How fun is that? Okay, so we are going to start with starfish pose. So let's make our feet nice and wide and then point your toes out to the side just like that. And then take your arms out and spread your fingers wide. Lift your head up tall. Open up your heart. Good. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Starfish. Good. You're going to bring your hands down and kind of just toe heel your feet together. And let's fold down. Let your arms kind of be nice and loose. And this is jellyfish pose. Can we kind of just jiggle our arms around? Maybe twist side to side a little bit. Let your head go. Relax. Good job. And then we're going to slowly bend the knees. Take your hands to the ground. Kind of sit yourself back, and we're going to come right into crab pose. So now you've got your feet on the ground, your knees bent up, your hands behind your shoulders just a little bit with your fingers facing towards your feet. And then you're going to press into your hands. You're going to lift yourself up and see if you can do a crab walk forward and a crab walk back. One more time, crab walk forward and crab walk back. Good job. Lower down. That was kind of energizing, huh? Let's lay all the way down. Let's take your knees into your chest and come into seashell pose. Close your eyes. Relax. Good job, everybody. Thanks for going with me on our ocean adventure. Today, we're going to do cooling breath, and this is one of my absolute favorite Pretzel Kids breathing activities. So for this one, which is really great to do on a hot day, but you can do it anytime, it's called cooling breath because it kind of helps you feel like you're cooling down. And it actually really does cool your body temperature down. But a cooling breath does another thing too. It helps you relax, right? Like when people say, let's cool down, let's calm down, right? That's what this breath does. It helps you feel like you're calming as well as cooling. So for this breathing technique, we're going to pretend that we have a big glass of lemonade with a straw, or it could be water or something else you might like to drink. But for my purposes, it's going to be homemade lemonade made from lemons from my very own tree. Well, in my imagination. I'm going to hold it up like this. It has a straw coming out. And for cooling breath, we're going to actually pretend to sip from that straw. So the air is going to come in through the mouth, right, like this, like you're sipping through a straw. And then you're going to close your mouth and breathe out through your nose, okay? So we're going to do that together. Let's hold up our big glass of cool lemonade and take a sip from the straw. We're going to do 3 sips, right? And then we're going to do 3 breathing out after we take our sip. So let's start together. That's 1, and you can make a slurpy sound. That's okay. Just remember to breathe out. 1 more time. Good. Now let's put that glass of lemonade down really carefully and just close your eyes for a moment. Do you feel cooled down? Do you feel nice and calm? I bet you do. Are you ready to relax? Are you maybe feeling a little tired? I know when I'm tired, I just like to just relax, chill out. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to relax. And this is called a visualization. And in Pretzel Kids, we do this at the end of every single class. But you can also do them on your own. And you can do this at home on your own as well. So what I'd like you to do is make sure you're in a nice quiet space and comfortable. So you can do this sitting up like me, but I'm sitting up just so I can see all of you. But ideally, you want to be laying down. So you want to be flat on your back with your legs straight out, your feet flopped open, your arms by your side like this, almost like you're going to go to sleep, okay? So can you try that? Can you find a nice space wherever you are and lay down, maybe lay a blanket on the floor or a yoga mat just like this, and lay down on your yoga mat, on your back. And as soon as you're laying down and nice and comfortable, close your eyes, just like this. And with your eyes closed, I'm going to take you on a little journey right now. So we are going to pretend that we're at the beach on the sand, which is warm but not too hot. And you're laying on your beach blanket right now. You're feeling so calm and relaxed. And just notice what it sounds like at the beach. So maybe you hear some waves kind of crashing on the sand in the distance. Maybe you hear some seagulls flying above. Maybe you can hear some voices in the distance. Or maybe it is super peaceful. So I just want you to imagine in your mind's eye what it sounds like, what it feels like to be on a beach blanket on the beach right now. Maybe you can even smell the salt in the air or cotton candy. Get really quiet. I want you to notice what it feels like, what it sounds like. Maybe you can feel your body kind of sinking into the sand. It's nice and soft, sort of molding to your shape. Good. Can you get really quiet? Good. And now can you wiggle your fingers and maybe pretend that you feel like the sand moving through your fingers on one hand and then the other hand. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to really imagine what this feels like. And then maybe wiggle your toes, and maybe you can feel the sand kind of swishing through your toes. And maybe flop your feet open and close just like this. Good job. And then from here, I want you to squeeze your knees into your belly. So you're just going to kind of on your back, squeeze your knees in like this. And then rock over to one side like this. And then press your way up like this. And then come into seated pose. We call this pretzel pose. You look like a pretzel with your legs. And then put your hands on your legs, sit up nice and tall. Keep your eyes closed. And then open your eyes. Come back into the room feeling nice and calm. Thank you so much for relaxing with me today at the beach.